fellow YouTubers, 'tis I, the Rumpled One. I just got finished reading this book that I borrowed from the library called The 100 Thing Challenge. How I got rid of almost everything, remade my life, and regained my soul by Dave Bruno. It's kind of interesting that I just made a video about how to get more free stuff using a credit card. You know, the credit card giveaways where if you sign up for a credit card, they'll give you like 10 bucks or 30 bucks, 100 bucks, up to 400 bucks. Then you can go buy more stuff. This guy says, you know, get rid of stuff. And then, of course, over on the, when I made a prepping video the other day about convenience, I was saying how we as a nation have been trading away skill and knowledge for convenience. Something breaks, just give money, let somebody else fix it. It's convenient. You know, you need some food, go down to the grocery store. It's convenient. You don't think about growing food or raising food. Now, that's inconvenient. But the other neat thing about the 100 Thing Challenge is that if you think about it as a prepper, it makes you focus on what you have. And it makes you concentrate on the things that really matter the most to you. Get rid of all that extra stuff and just focus on what you need, especially if you're making a bug out bag. Okay, but I know I'm not wearing my prepping clothes, but all this is kind of tying together. On a personal front, I've been downsizing. You know, friends that have known me for decades know I used to own just about every car I bought in my life, but this past month or so, I think I've sold 3. Let's see. Yeah, I've sold 3 cars. And they're wondering, say, but you know, at this point, it's time to downsize. You know, convert things that I don't use, that I have in the garage, or, you know, around the house, into something that I might use, or just convert it into cash. Now, I did a video about bartering when I was wearing the prepper clothes again, and I was saying how when stuff hits the fan, that's the worst time to barter, because you don't know that person you're bartering with might just want to take what you have before the deal or after the deal. You just don't know. You can't trust people then. But see, now, before stuff hits the fan, you know, it's time for everybody. Whether or not you're a prepper, you can look around the house and maybe you can trade some clothes for tools, or tools for clothes, or whatever you need. You might be able to set up, you know, in your town a barter fair where people come to trade, as opposed to a garage sale where, you know, you might give somebody, you know, a dime on the dollar for something, and somebody gives you a dime on the dollar for something. Well, you kind of lose. But if you barter, you might get a little bit better deal when you trade your stuff for junk for their stuff for junk. Just something to think about. But, you know, back to the 100 Thing Challenge. They say for a year, just have 100 personal items and try and live like that. A good buddy of mine up in Oregon, he lives off the grid. You know, kind of back to that prepper stuff again. And for the past couple of decades, you know, he's talked to me about, you know, people just have too much stuff that they can't use. You know, most of the stuff that he has, he usually finds, but he puts it to use around his land. You know, one of my favorite stories is there was this bank building, and they covered the entire building in plastic. And my buddies walked up to the foreman and said, "Hey, what are you going to do with that plastic after the job's done?" He goes, "Oh, we're going to throw it away." The guy goes, "Tell you what, I'll haul it away for free." Well, my friend got all that plastic and made a bunch of greenhouses on his property. All he had to do was haul it away. So, you know, with the 100 Thing Challenge, I'm not going to take the 100 Thing Challenge, but I am going to be mindful of one thing, and that is no duplications. Okay? If I already have it, there's no need to duplicate it in most instances. You know, as the preppers, it's real easy to wind up with a dozen pocket knives, but how many are you going to carry at a time? You know, or perhaps, you know, you start loading up on a bunch of different guns. You know, you have like, you buy 122, then you buy another, then you buy another, then you buy another. It's just like, well, wait a minute. Practically, how many do I need? Now, of course, the answer is, you know, there's never enough, a lifetime supply, but, you know, we all have fixed number of years on the planet, and we all have, you know, pretty much fixed resources, whether it be income, land, whatever. So we need to put that to good use, the best use possible. So it's just something to think about. I like the book. Like I said, I'm personally not going to take the 100 thing challenge, but I'm going to take something away from it. So if you can, borrow it from your library. I think I'll put a link down there if you want to. If you don't have it at the library, you probably read about it on their blog. I wouldn't recommend actually buying it, but that's just my opinion. Just like most of the stuff here, it's just my opinion. You know, almost anything you see or read, just take it with a grain of salt. You know, use what you can, pitch the rest. You know, nobody's a know-it-all here. We're just all, you know, setting forth our opinions and sharing what knowledge we do have with each other. So, fellow YouTubers, I just want to say thank you for watching. And I hit 500 subscribers. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. I appreciate it. You know, I don't answer each and every comment, but as they come across through the email, I do read them, and I try to reply to some. But I just want to say that I really do appreciate everybody watching. So we'll see you soon.